This is Richard Augusta. Welcome to the AgostoAllElite Podcast. This is on Sunday as usual. We're getting some good wrestling, reviews, news. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Okay, let's start with Raw. So Raw Games matches are set for Survivor Series after successfully Rollins' title defense. Or as in Seth Rollins' successful title defense. Three bed matches are going to be set for Survivor Series comes in Chicago at almost the end of November. When one of WWE's traditional Big Four pay-per-views on Horizon, the promotion used Sunday's edition of Raw. The tour is working on November 25th. None of those matches are set in War Games matches feature top stars. So yeah. A surprise World Heavyweight Champ between Seth Rollins and Charles Reign proved that one of the parts that led to men team Rose. So against Judgment Day and McDuggan. It's a double cage at Survivor Series. So let's get with the highlight at the Mohegan Sun Arena at Casa Plaza, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Let's get to what happened on Raw first. Judgment Day defeated the New Day when Balor hit Xavier Woods with Coup de Grace. Before the match, Peace was furious as Zayn was getting a title shot after ruining his cash-in attempt on Saturday. Now, Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Tauza by pinfall after Kakasha. Otis confronted Nakamura after the match, but Nakamura shook his head and left the ring. The Miz defeated Ivar, Ricochet, Bronson Reed in a fatal four-way match by pinning Reed after Reed misses a Susami. Ivar also had Ricochet pinned at the same time, but Ricochet kicked out at the last moment. After the match, Ivar attacked Miz and hit a moonsault. Miz will face Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship at Survivor Series. The Creed brothers defeated DIY by pinfall when Bruce Creed hit Gargano with a Bruce Ball. Luger and Kaiser interfered to set up the finish. Zoe Stark won a Battle Royal to secure a Women's World Championship shot at Survivor Series. Xia Li attacked Becky Lynch at Lynch, waiting to the ring. Lee Ann Pierce to Jack Lee for the NU. The attack also took Lynch out of the match. The final through Raquez, Baszler, and Stark. Stark and Baszler eliminated Rodriguez for battling on the ring apron. Stark landed three kicks for DDT to send Baszler to the floor. So that was some of the stuff. Now we go to stuff we talked. The War Games locked in for Survivor Series. All right. Seth Rollins opened the show. First of all, celebrating retaining the World Heavyweight Championship by beating McIntyre in the Crown Jewel. Rollins called out Sami Zayn to celebrate with him since Zayn prevented Priest from cashing out Money in the Bank contract after the match. Rollins told Zayn he visited Paris and Zayn could have a title shot anytime. Choosing Zayn that he didn't want to face a champion who was compromised with injury, but Rollins said veterans like them were never 100%, but always gave 100%. Zayn accepted it, said there were no better time place than later in the night. We go to the world title main event. Seth Rollins defeated Zayn by roll-up. Zayn tried to attack Rollins' compromised back. That includes the match ending sequence when locked in the Lion Tamer, transitioned into a Boston Crab. Rollins was able to reverse submission to a pin, Albert scoring the 3 to retain the title. After the match, Rollins after Zayn the handshake, which Zayn is except for Rollins raising Rollins' hand as Zayn left the ring, was jumped by Judgment Day, JD McDuggan. Rollins tried to make the save, but the numbers that ran were too much. Also, Randy tried to make his own save. Eventually was cut off for Cody Rhodes, ran to eating things up. Adam Pearce, host of WWE officials, ran to bring things up. Pearce announced that everyone involved wants to play games. Two groups will compete in a War Games match. A brawl broke out of the show right off the air. Now, Survivor Series has several big matches set. No, none bigger than the War Games match where Judgment Day McDuggan will face Rhodes, Uso, and Zayn and Rollins. It's hard to complain about lengthy world title match on weekly television. Clean finish led to a bigger match down the road, extra boost. So Monday was a fight out of wrestling with tightly constructed stories. Every match leading to something bigger. So that was good wrestling in my book. Yeah, good wrestling in my book. And it is what it is. NXT. Let's review NXT. So for this week's NXT, alright, November 7th. 2 weeks after stunning win over Becky Lynch earned NXT Women's Championship, Lyra Valkyrie made a return on Tuesday night. Her first appearance since defying victory career headlines or broadcast, so featured the coming long feud between Von Wagner and Braun Breaker, first Iron Survivor qualifying match and NXT Heritage Cup defense by Noam Dar. This all came on the same day that WWE announced a new 5-year deal for NXT on CW Network beginning in 2024. Let's find out what happened this week on NXT. Let's talk about the match cards. Wagner versus Breaker, Iron Survivor qualifying match, Halen versus Stratton, Heritage Cup title defense, Tozawa versus Noam Dar, Tyler Bate for Dijak, Lyra Valkyrie first appearance since winning the Women's NXT Women's Champion. Let's go start with the Heritage Cup, Tozawa versus Dar. After Scar and Noam Dar accepting challenge for the NXT Heritage Cup last week as part of Halloween Havoc, Tozawa continues training as a new member of the Alpha Academy by battling the leader of the Metal 4 in the first match. The opening 3-minute round ended without any falls. By a last second superplex, Dar ended that trend with a quick pinfall with a handful of tights to take one lead. A cheap shot, but not enough to force a disqualification referee. Tozawa tied up in the ankle lock close to the fourth round, created a surge of urgency for the remainder of the bout. They fought under sudden death rules. The clock ticking down. Lashley put him out of the way until Tozawa crashed the mat for time attempt. Dar retained moments later. Without any outside interference in what felt like a rushed match time, Dar and Tozawa could have torn the house down. Well, this was a perfectly acceptable opener. Highlight two factions give the heels a sneaky victory. Alpha Academy look a big deal. Max Dupree continued to grow as a performer every television outing. So it was good, incisive stuff to start the show. So Dar still is champion. Dar is still champion. And it is what it is. One thing to talk about that Joseph pointed out, Tozawa 17 titles in WWE and he was chasing the 18. He meant that 16 of them were 24/7 championship reigns though. Honestly, okay, Lyra Valkyrie addressed the NXT universe. In her first address as the NXT Women's Champion, Lyra Valkyrie did not have a chance to say much thanks to interruption from Xia Li. A tense in-ring confrontation gave away the challenge from the babyface to the interloper. This was a short, sweet segment that made sense. Lee had made it a point to target Becky Lynch as witnessed the Monday night on Raw, with a better way to further provoke the man by then setting her sights on a friend protege. Thus, weeks after Lynch appeared to pass the torch NXT to her countrywoman, Lee had the opportunity to dethrone her and ruin the dream of the new face of the division. The date of the match is still to be revealed. Next, we got the Iron Survivor qualifying match, Fallon Henley versus Tiffany Stratton. A week after Survivor brutal assault at the hands of Stratton, Helen sought to extinguish any chance of forming women's champion, had a complaint repeating the Iron Survivor challenge and the deadline. December night, a good competitive contest between Phil and Foes and saw Stratton getting back to the winning ways and cash her ticket to one of the marquee matches in NXT. Given how brightly she signed her feud with Becky Lynch, it extends the team push, highlight a young competitor who is quickly developing apparent competitors in the division. With that said, Henley has always been a wrestler who's better than her place on the show would suggest. Break her away from Josh Briggs, Brooke Justin, and let her develop her own personality. She will shine. Right now, she's a victim of low division and a slew of women, promising women, young stars. Stratton defeated Henley the NXT deadline. So yeah, Backstage, a referee emerged from Shawn Michaels' office, revealed he's been trying to exercise discretion in relation to rules. Till tonight's Manor Brown Breaker match in the background. Ava Raine seen entering HBK's office. There was elsewhere backstage a confrontation led to a mad game about between Otis and Drew Gulak from the show. We got Wagner versus Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker set by an attack on Wagner led the same Jersey Star hospitalized in the past September. After steamrolling the big man's friend Mr. Stone, Breaker found himself on the receiving end of eventual Wagner willing to look the favor last week. Tuesday's physical bout with two big men relaxed intensity, taking to the next level. Given the emotion hatred played between the two, it never felt like a grand culmination of a major feud. Breaker won, scoring the pinfall victory following a spear, but Wagner got revenge by a table spy. That part made sense. The rest of the match was a bit too normal for it to be a storyline demand. So yeah, Breaker defeated Wagner, and so yeah, Stone Wagner basically sharing embrace after the match. We go to Keeling, Jordan, Roxanne Perez versus Lola Vice and Electra Perez. 1 week after the weekend NXT Breakout Tournament, Vice partner at Triple Popez, the Battle former champ Perez, and Breakout star run-up Jordan in a setup match by state competition. It was a solid contest that could benefit from a little more time. The competitor slowed things down a bit, included with Jordan scoring the win and eventually the loss from last Wednesday. And there ain't a great period immediately after the win to take the white light for the victors, but Carmen Pantarella flattened on the ramp. Like and Jordan are exciting started to watch moving forward. There are raw athletes who show fresh the greatness between the ropes, latter being more developed and not counterpart at this point. The future is bright as a more eventful wraps on TV. Yeah. Perez Jordan defeated Vice and Lopez. So a pre-tape video set up between Brian Bruce and OTM. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Like Grace is a huge star. She's in Park. The person was still doing an injury for her father is a former Gia Santa Marella. Alright, we go to Otis vs. Drew Gulak. As I sent a message to the metaphor early tonight, Academy returns to the ring as Otis to battle Gulak in the match. There's another fun and offensive match between Guy and Gulak. We did everything, was entertaining big man. The crowd ate it up. The match gave Alpha Academy another platform to shine on. Otis defeated Gulak. They're red hot for Otis. So cool. This is Al Academy came out across like stars throughout the night. This is a testament to hard work attempt Triple H created to put them into them. Stratton and Kyan James had a brief at the ratchet. She's a partnership in the future. I don't mind her. So we got the Iron China Survivor qualifier. Tyler Bate versus Dijak. On this night, we learned that first ran into the women's Iron Challenge with Bate. Dijak battled first man test an interesting physical bout. Saw each test under his toughness, but with Dijak delivered feast your eyes to score the victory. This one of the matches that could have gone either way, but getting the Bay has no hard to teach that he feels passed it on while past the accomplishment. It's not time to wrap up that abruptly. Besides, Dijak has worked hard for a long time to earn this opportunity. So yeah, let's go to Carmella Hayes and Trick Williams face to face. The decision between Williams and Hayes intensified the main event of the show as the former took exception that NXT champion and not return the favor, having his back to being done safe so long. As a former NXT champion, Williams older men not seeing who attacked him. Hayes reaction suggests him until Lexis King interrupt. Lexis King, the bland motherfucker. He started things up, ultimately leading to Williams immediately hitting Hayes in the brace between faces in the show. It was clear the distrust frustrated between them all while King watched grin on his face. So King did a tease a moment a week ago, hinting to Mackenzie Mitchell had done something bad. Show clearly he was portrayed setting up him a match between he or Hayes Williams made a deadline. It's a big soft for me there, but it's not a way to find out where sink or swim and putting on a red too. Got signs for big striking bright on the biggest stage. Even when King's development, there are still issues between Hayes and Williams that made match so fans keep an eye on the element moving forward. So yeah. Well. Here's my overall thought on this week's NXT. Those who not reject NXT lately, it was some concept property. Since Shawn Michaels ingrained himself as top runner, Brad has backed off some of the top stories. Characters hampered progress. A year or two ago finds footing again. Some of the wackiness is still there, but there's a commitment to in-ring action. On this way wrestling, let's see a national televised. Link about competitors are broadcast. More focused booking and moves. Moments higher roster than do. No, but it's a good podcast. The broadcast led Foundation Daylight presented Valkyrie sign up. All wrapped up the Brigger Wagner feud. Lexis King, now become a primetime player, teasing the relevant content, bringing here to fans to pay attention to what goes behind major segments. Good show, powers are even better to come. So yeah, that was NXT review. Let's go straight to AEW Dynamite. Let's get to Dynamite now. Let's go to Dynamite now. Okay. NJ made a date with Switchblade Jay White for the World title full gear on Saturday, November 18th. But Wednesday on TBS, the People Scumbag did against Garcia in the main event of a jam-packed episode of Dynamite after the first match. Yeah, the first match. However, also on tap for number 8, bracket was Sting, Darby Allin, Ring of Honor TV title defense, Owen Show, down interview between Shida, time was Tony Storm, and head of the pay-per-view clash. So also, bottom what went down, who built momentum, the big man wins, as well as a recap of this week's Dynamite. Here's the card: MJF versus Daniel Garcia, Mark Briscoe versus Switchblade Jay White, Keith Lee versus Samoa Joe, Penta Zero versus Swerve Strickland, Red Velvet versus Julia Hart, Darby Allin, Sting versus the Outriders, sit-down interview with Siobhan with Tony Storm and Hikaru Shida. Let's go to the first thing. The world title match, MJF versus Garcia. A backstage competition between MJF and Garcia gave away the night's opening contest. A world title defense by Salty Earth against one of the more gifted young talented technicians in the company. This was a gritty bout, so each competitor targeted her limbs, hoping for submission. No matter what attempt, they were failed. The damage done to their bodies. Garcia nursed an injured arm. MJF a knee. In the end, he was a world champion whose battles winning to apply an armbar for the tap of victory. After the match, MJF extended his hand out of respect, but cool hand part go apart. That he match in manner per Garcia in the ring for. The match was a strong way to kick off the show. It was not over long. It was a ton of room. Breathe. Instead, it was non-stop action coming and finish that made sense. Champion over a worthy challenger. It was just to see where Garcia goes from here. He has a joint product spot as Dynamite. Instead of the time in the background that the thoughts for far too long. MJF defeated Garcia to retain. Portland loves MJF. We got the commentary team heavy lady into the stars of future topic discussing the match. There's been some steady criticism of late over company reliance on older 50-plus-year-old talents. We got solid limb-based offense from both guys. MJF targeting Garcia's arm. The challenger working over the legs of the champ, then directly to the finish. Now we go to Sting, Darby Allin versus the Outriders. Then we got Tony Storm and Hikaru Shida promo. Sting, Darby Allin made a team with Adam Copeland about Christian Cage stars Nick Wayne in full gear, but the dual Outriders battle the Outriders, Crew Magnum, Turbo Floyd on Wednesday night. The tag team action. The match was a little more than a glorified Hanson match, as the heels got a few spots in, but Sting and Allin fired back, put them away in short order, with the former scoring submission win with Scorpion Deathlock. This was a perfect way to set the Hall of Famer in front of the audience and not seen 34 years a hot hand full gears trails match. After the match, contrary team through Pete Tate interview conducted by Tony Schiavone, AEW Women's Champion Shida and Tony Storm. So yeah, it was basically a Pete Tate interview conducted by Schiavone. It was an uneventful, fast promo that presented nothing new, but simply existed to get the women on screen for a minute or two of disappointment, given how both almost gave everything they evolved and better. So yeah, Sting and Allin defeat Unwriters. Takeaways: Schiavone cited greatest history of Jim Valley in attendance tonight, revealing was Sting's first match in Portland since 1989. Scott expanded upon the reveal he challenged Flair for the world title that night. Storm is great. She is great. The match was great. This was a race to promo. Not so much. It was pretty good. Penta Zero medal. Now we go to the Penta versus Swerve Strickland. Okay. Ahead of the anticipated rematch with Hangman Page in full gear, Swerve Strickland battled Penta Zero in singles competition Wednesday. So, the main event was competitive owner Strickland probably instead of earning was a victory ahead of the big pay-per-view match. All criticism and Panther was good. Instead of ultimately putting Brooklyn over clean. Page post-match attack was that what you want to see out of a guy is that he was home broken by disrespectful. Bash rival, the trick shots and then ramp. That's on the guy who permanently pissed off a good match, perceived by even better angle. Continue the build to full gear. So yeah. Strickland defeated Penta Zero. My takeaways from this: Penta Zero shot for chop to chest, take time too long. Strickland Duckley in the former hand collided with a ring post. Speaking of which, collision airs Saturday night 8 p.m. on TNT basically airs. Strickland delivered a Death Valley Drive, did an arm break spot, ended the match with a double stomp. Then after the match, Page attacked Strickland, delivered a dead off the ramp, and throws Taka's tables off the stage. Then, alright, let's go to Golden Jets promo. ROH World Champion Keith Lee versus Samoa Joe. continues. Back to the competition between Jericho, Omega, and the Young Bucks led to a match at Full Gear at 5 states, including a letter guaranteed tag title opportunity. Back in the arena, the ROH TV champions Mojo defending his title against Keith Lee. This was a showcase of Big E would put it big meaty slap meat. It was about a heavyweight that featured solid strike, power move, controlled mostly by Joe though Keith got some good stuff in, including a pop-up. It never felt like Joe was in danger of dropping the title. Win with a chokeout by referee stoppage, proceeded to vacate the ROH TV title and now decided to win the AEW World Championship. Backstage, Iron Cassidy cut a promo challenging Moxley to an AEW International Championship match at Full Gear. So yeah, we go to that. So yeah, Joe defeated Lee by the referee stoppage to retain. We got takeaways from Silver Jericho Omega could beat you. The former center Matt Nick just had a chance at Full Gear. Joe got a stipulation to beat the Bucks. They get a guaranteed tag team title opportunity. Okay, we got Me Forever, both silly, but while fun champ, throwing fingers all the way up. Then we see this. I need to beat you, Cassidy told Moxley to take his glasses off to hammer home. The seriousness which he speaks. Which he speaks. This is going to be Moxley's and Iron Cassidy's second encounter in a pay-per-view. The first one was in Wrestle Dreams, so this is something. Now we go to the Guns versus Bollywood Boys. Guns, Austin called Gus Square. Bollywood Boys wins the advertised match. Unadvertised with reason 2. The block lasted more than 3 seconds as heels earned the victory with a 3-10 Yuma. A post-match promo promised the ROH Tag Team Championship win over MJF and his mystery partner Full Gear. This could have been a pre-taste segment. After the match, Moxley responds to Cassidy's Full Gear challenge while Wheeler Yuta Warren Hook across the Raw squad. We got the Guns versus the Bollywood Boys. We're made for TV. Colton slaying a great line. Mox trying out the break 30 promo. Yes. We got Red Velvet versus Julia Hart. Red Velvet made a return to AEW following an absent due to injury, mainly following on mixing up at House of Black's Julia Hart, who's been quite well. You'll successful comeback. Hart delivered a picture per moonsault to pick up the win. The match ran out Full Gear. Probably went on longer than need to be based on what it ultimately was. After the match, Sky Blue confronted Hart following Will Nightingale, the TBS channel Stantler, about Blue so radiant darkness that feels destined to myself. Turn and the turn that pits in her heart against Stantler and Nightingale, perhaps Hart defeated Velvet. The commenting question Velvet's cardio coming on the in context voice organization or returning star blowing up out of shape. Blue heels, she's a babyface like the Blue. The Heart was enough answer no longer case on this week's latest. Alright, Mark Briscoe was switched by Jay White. And Jay White World Champion opportunity Full Gear was stake. This was really bad on Mark Briscoe's main event. Little doubt that who will win the match. White will win the match. All the entire story is been focused on Bullet Club and JF. Gold leader doing battle for the top prize in the company. When I said the crowd was hot for Briscoe, match long. The match helped elevate quality. That was a great, good match. White won without damaging his opponent's credibility. Secured the title opportunity. NJ hit the ring after the match, attempted to grab his AEW World Champ from the grasp of White. He failed, but had a few words warning for White. From there in the arena darkness, getting a video error, the unknown sounds attacking the Acclaim backstage. The double face flash on the screen. NJ hit the backstage arena. We found his friend lying in a heap. Joe reiterates his offer to partner with him against the Full Guns at Full Gear. The cliffhanger was the latest in mystery surrounding the devil. Who is under the mask? One thing was sure. Joe's going to keep hanging around until NJ gets in and accepts his offer, keeping his enemy close in the process. So this is it. So let's go take the takeaways out of this. Warlord's gonna come after MJF, something like that. That's happening. Briscoe's a brave face in the vein in Kingston. He has magnet to attract fans, and when he fires up, nothing pure energy. White clings onto the AEW World Champ. That is not a great image, and MJF microphone just quality heel stuff from the guy who may be latching on the last bit of relevance. Okay. Overall, this was interesting. So this week's clear hit more other pretty much everything about NJ was fantastic. It was a very mixed bag. Otherwise, this is enough hype for Full Gear drum out excitement the show. The latest And the Hangman Page vs. Royce Rick feud was among the strongest stuff in the show, but there was a few segments that did not hit. There were ideas that played some better than others. There was some urgency into the pay-per-view event that was not there in the last two. So yeah, it was okay. It was enough to even though so many angles, match segments dragged it out a bit. So it's still good Dynamite. So yeah, and So next, let's go to Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor now. Let's start with Ring of Honor. This week's episode of Ring of Honor on Honor Club this week kicks off recap of last week's main event where Dina and Mercedes eventually saw the return of Billy Starks, helping Dina retain her championship. Retains her belt. Now start with Spanico versus Tony Nese. Ethan Page came out on the stage, struck Tony Nese. Spanico rolled up Nese behind to secure the pinfall victory. Darius Martin and Andrade are backstage. They'll face off with Shane Taylor promotion later on tonight. Martin and Andrade revealed they have some backup in the form of infantry. Yes. So Spanico defeated Tony Nese. So yeah. Now we go to ROH World Women's Champion. Dina defeated Howdy Hauser Proving Ground match. Dina knocks out Hauser, scores a pinfall victory. Dina attacks Hauser onto the belt, slamming her face in the title as Billy Starks looks on. And we got, yeah. So now Kyle Fletcher defeated Lee Johnson. Shane Taylor and Lee Murray watched the match but backstage. Kyle Fletcher hit Johnson with a hammerlock power driver to score the pinfall victory. Leah Hirsch versus Charlotte Renegade with Robin Renegade. Rachel Eller prevents Robin Renegade from interfering. Leah Hirsch locks Renegade and Arson Breaker to secure the mission victory. Athena, Billy Starks, Lexi Nair are backstage. Athena downgrades Nair from Bessie to MIT number 1 for her comments about Willow Nightingale on AEW Collision. Billy Starks instructed to show her vicious side in her match later tonight. Okay. The Irish Savages defeated Cole Carter and Griff Garrison with Mary Canales. Bronson hit a frog splash off the shoulder boulder onto Carter to pick up the pinfall win for his team. Then we go to video package of Samoa Joe vacate the ROH World Television Championship. A video package plays Samoa Joe recapping Samoa Joe vacating the ROH World Television Championship. As announced, Tony Khan will be on Ring of Honor next week to provide an update on the title. So yeah, so we go to Billy Starks with Athena versus Rachel Ellering. Starks hit a swanton bomb on Rachel Ellering to score a pinfall victory. Athena attacks Rachel Ellering after the match, but this time Billy Starks joining on the attack so Leah Hirsch comes out to make the save for Ellering. Then we go to Josh Woods with Smart Mark Sterling versus SK Bishop. Josh Woods hits a Chaos Theory on SK Bishop to score a quick pinfall victory. We go to Darius Martin, Andrade, and Infantry versus Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, Peter Avalon, and Ryan Neff. Shane Taylor promotion beat up Neff and Avalon and walked down on the Infantry hit boot camp by Avalon. Bravo picks him up to pick up the win for his team. We go to Rachel Ellering backstage. Ellering said she was grateful for Leia's help tonight. Lurch arrived, said she's only helping out because she didn't like owning anyone adept. Now they're even and done with each other. Maria interrupts and gives Hirsch a grief for her newly found alliance. Then we go to Jericho with Jose the Assistant versus Gravity. Jericho hit Gravity with a corkscrew destroyer to score the pinfall victory. And we go to this match, Eddie Kingston versus Angelico for ROH World Champion. Kingston hit a spinning back fist on Angelico to retain the title. This was the main event of Ring of Honor. So yeah, this was the main event of Ring of Honor. So yeah. What's your thoughts on this week's episode of Ring of Honor? Sound off in the comments on my YouTube on Sunday. Let's say your thoughts. So now, speaking of Ring of Honor, here's a little extra news. Apparently, the former Ring of Honor, Kari Skin, claims Tony Khan's Ring of Honor not gelled together properly. Yes, Ring of Honor is a promotion that groups several top wrestlers in the world. People like Punk, Joe, Cole, Mandy Rose fame during that time, Ring of Honor fame. So the former boss, Kari Skins, recently shared his thoughts on the current version of the company, Skin used to Ring of Honor between 2004 to 2011. Now the promotion under ownership of All Elite Wrestling president Tony Khan. ROH currently doesn't have a TV deal, but is airing on TV streaming service. So Corey Skin was a guest on every show. The Insiders, the former ROH owner, shared thoughts on how Tony Khan's running things. He claims things don't feel the same like before. ROH is not gelled them properly. He says this: "It's still alive today, but it doesn't have any worse times than Ring of Honor. Even the worst times of Sinclair, Ring of Honor was like, we're all this together, like a fans of fans." And he likes Tony Khan. He says, like Corey likes Tony Khan, and he's a good guy. And Tony Khan has so much on his plate. I think current Ring of Honor is like, he don't know what to come up with. He don't want to look like sour grapes. But he says it's not gelled together properly. So yeah, okay, so basically while Corey will feel this way, ROH seems to get more attention nowadays as stars feature regularly on international TV. They make appearances on AEW television and pay-per-view. So I don't know what's their problem with Corey, but he's old. The old Ring of Honor wouldn't work anyway. So yeah, this is the new current Ring of Honor. I liked it. So now let's go to SmackDown. Alright, let's do SmackDown now. Okay, here's SmackDown review. So it's coming off on a massive crown jewel on November 10th edition of Friday Night SmackDown. It questions the future of the Blue Brand with the bloodline inside the National Arena in Columbus, Ohio. LA could not dethrone Roman Reigns, world champ, and remain undeterred. He turned focus to Grey Waller, who booked the shop this week. Bayley announced a state of damage control if he addressed following the return of Kairi Sane to help Io Sky and Crown Jewel. Okay, Carlito will compete one-on-one for the first time in years against Bobby Lashley. Kevin Owens will join commentary for the night, replacing Cody Grace, who took another time for paternity leave. SmackDown promises major consequences and hype heading towards Survivor Series. Okay, Carlito with NWO versus Real Bobby Lashley, Street Profits. Rey Mysterio star Escobar and Dolly King Wild to Detta Vega up in the show. Carlito interrupted the Master of 619 to blame Escobar rather than Logan Paul for the loss. Escobar heads to the back following Mysterio Vega leading to Detta to Wild to back up Korean Cool against Bobby Lashley. Street Profits. Carlito fell to the spear. After the match, Lashley, the Street Profit, attacks Carlito. The Master of 619 had to make the save. Escobar did not try to help Carlito. Escobar brawled with the former Legado standing tall. This was a jam-packed 7-minute round the OK match. Carlito's return singles match was too slow. Would have worked better. He did all night, packed up the pace. Lashley would at least right man to win, remain protected. It didn't matter when aftermath the LWO volume evolving started with Escobar bracing his best tendencies. He could not escape the shadow of Mysterio. Played a dangerous heel like in NXT. Carlito had felt fluid in LWO. He should stand no more feuding against Escobar. Lashley defeated Carlito. Yeah. Okay. So Kevin Owens opened the show with a sleeveless shirt to join commentary. Told Mount Cole he got the time to make all this. There was beef showing watching the match backstage. So yeah, we got some moves with Kale, meaning he would have done more than Paul to be on US champ. It was a Carlito questioning Escobar. WWE was aggressive with commercial breaks during the match. So the former Legado left the building after explaining he had it coming. Next, we go to Kairi Sane joins damage control despite Bayley's skepticism. Bayley questioned who Io Sky had turned in her plan. Brian Kairi Sane. Sky Dakota Kai felt the pirate day damage control better. Sane forgave the role model. Bianca Belair arrived followed by Charlotte Flair. Asuka set up a 6-woman tag for later. Asuka and Bayley. No one segments where promo showed Asuka made the most pack while speaking over English, saying Sky may have benefit from speaking at least partially as Japanese. Saying the damage control makes sense given the more credibility. Said like the younger star trying against the veteran than later. Alright. Okay. We saw Bayley showing the footage of a brutal attack on Sane before WWE left. And damage control hugged despite Bayley insisted they didn't do that anymore. So yeah. Dragon Lee versus Cedric Alexander. Lee had control of the action, but Cedric Alexander refused to go down as Lee took a spinning, set out DDT from Luchador to take the win. This was a tight spot fest, 1-1. Alexander high impact fest was especially watched with joy. It's been too long for fans that see his best. The match was still vibrant, needed to be. Both men had potential to do more, just look perpetually athletic. At least it shows smooth dragging is while mighty fans again that Alexander has said potential untapped. So Dragon defeated Alexander. So yeah. So okay. The crowd went wild to pair while Alexander falls for that splash flies, bitch called driver. Okay, WWE showed a video package highlighting the value of the United States and military veterans. We go to LA Knight versus Grayson Waller. LA Knight promised he was not done with Roman Reigns, so he won the Undisputed Championship. Grayson Waller interrupted to mock the $1 million megastar. Knight won the battle of words while Aussie pushed Knight in the ring. He was still unable to put away the $1 million megastar, who steals win away with BFT. Theory Waller poured water on Kevin Owens' head afterward. Nick Owens told KO that he was suspended if he got physical involved with wrestlers. He still attacked both heels, hit Theory with a stunner. WWE made sure to keep Knight hot throughout the segment. He could look like a word beater because he's trying to hit a table again sooner than later. Waller was capable to the $1 million megastar and solid perform when this product could have trimmed down a bit. Two worked well together on the mic. KO was right on the commentary throughout the match to elevate the action, growing rivalry with the Aussie. So yeah. It's basically like that. So we had Knight told Reigns to give Jimmy Uso a raise, whatever pleasure he could give him. Yeah, he talked about like Knight roasted Waller. The Grayson Waller effect sounded like STD. And said the Aussie was not allowed 50 feet of a school. And so yeah. Okay. Okay, we got a Damage Control versus Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, and Asuka. Let's go to that now. After a showcase from Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Asuka turned on her partner. She missed the AST, held Damage Control, beat down the face until the referee disqualified the group. Shotzi trying to make a save, but laid out with a rose plant. Cardi planted St. Elbow on Belair, and Damage Control stood tall a 5-woman group. This is going to get interesting. So yeah. The main event never would have become what it had been with talent involved. This is all ending angle. Was something predictable that Asuka would turn the babyface in the history of the same Sky. It was a great moment. Bristol Tamara made Damage Control look dangerous. Then Bayley first brought the stable together the stable. Then the group had never been a dominating beat role model. And I have a place long term in the group, but she finally seen her vision realized. The assemblage of stars can generally dominate the women's division level. Bloodline, Judgment Day, the plan becomes board with games. Damage Control must win this time. So yeah. So before the main event, WWE showed a recap at the end of John Cena for Solo Sikoa and announced that Forster will return next week. Also connected to the button, Jimmy Uso agreed to fight LA Knight next week. So yeah. And so that was so now let's go what happened next after that. So SmackDown, the results of SmackDown. Okay. So yeah. Alright, it appears SmackDown's on the path of a brand War Games match. Survivor Series, Asuka turning up to join her friend and make it complete sense. Otherwise, one side potential War Games match. Flair, Bianca, Belair, Blackheart will need at least one more partner to do with WWE Key's traditional 5x5 lot. The match itself was special, and special at least there was meaning to everything that happened. So yeah, that was SmackDown. So let's start. We're gonna do wrestling news. Okay, wrestling news. Let's start wrestling news with. Let's start some wrestling news. Let's do some wrestling news. Let me get my notes for the news. Okay. Okay. Let's start. WWE makes official. NXT moves to CW Network. So PW started confirmed the report that NXT would move to CW Network with next year, 2024 in October. They're generally air live events for your next generally 52 weeks a year. This was talked about with NXT. This is what they said. We are thrilled to welcome WWE brand CW Sport portfolio played an integral role or mission to bring live sport events to your network year-round, said Dennis Miller. President of the CW Network, NXT is a perfect fit with CW Network's dynamic, young feature, not writing down sports. Those are predictable weekly events. The passionate engagement of fan base on a match you to watch audience the WWE NXT home on the broadcast television. So yeah. The CW made an impression moves over the past year with its live sports schedule. The Nick Khan president, Nick Khan, says it's exciting to bring opportunity to expand NXT's audience by bringing the show to broadcast television for the first time in NXT history. So yeah. That's going to happen in October 2024. So there's more to this. WWE on NXT CW other promotion. We're going to talk to them more. So yeah, WWE's off happy PW Insider information. So eternally, this also seems a major opportunity to expose younger talent, fresh eyes. Viewers hope they can bring on new names. NXT brand self-landing is more balanced. Lines of SmackDown reviewed. The plan for the show will be live weekly, but the need for time they go always tape. The currently NXT still will be on Tuesday nights, but we are told WWE to open up a conversation the network needs. So yeah. The Believe Today's series will tape out from the center, but apparently WWE will open up run taping elsewhere to the fans. Don't make sense, but I'm sorry today we aren't there yet. So yeah, and there are conversations about where that WWE's paper special on the WWE Network outside special episode by Halloween Havoc. The belief that the special events will continue going forward on WWE Network pay-per-view systems on the Peacock. We we've heard that Marquez his network point strategy will bring roll out WWE into the picture. Some David Marquez about United Wrestling Network and stuff. But it was constant. There was no word concept. But Marquez always been a hustler, shot in business plans down the line. You know, like I don't know. So yeah, it's something. You know. Despite that, like, there was plans for NWA CW, but Billy Corgan blew it with that fucking drug shit. So, yeah, that's on Billy Corgan. So, it sucks. Then there was a resident Impact Wrestling. There was no sign that Impact were in discussion with CW at one point. That was something like that, you know? And, you know, something he feels that, you know? Anyway, that was it. So let's go now to Ric Flair, to Jim Ross, and why Ric Flair, his wrestling days are essentially over. Okay, so basically Jim Ross, who was on his Wired Topics on his Real broadcast, he talks about Ric Flair. Like during discussion, the Hall of Fame discussed Ric Flair signing with AEW for a multiple-year deal. He thinks Flair days on the ring are over. I think Flair can contribute more than the vast majority of the population of the world is vocation wrestling, never wrestling. So that's just me, Ross stated. He's a star. Flair's a star. When he's on TV, he brings your star. Ross continued. I wasn't sure when he was going to do because I really believe this is going to sound negative. I don't want to sound negative. His wrestling days are essentially over. He's 70-something. I'm 70-something. I get it. Yeah, saying that Ric Flair's career he's not wrestling anytime soon, so it's not happening, Ric Flair. But that wasn't it. Let's go straight to Eric Bischoff now. Eric Bischoff explains why he never considered signing Ken Shamrock WCW. So Bischoff gave his thoughts on topics in the latest episode of 83 Weeks podcast. During it, Bischoff talked about when Ken Shamrock's on his radar signing WCW. Well, he said this, not for WCW. He was sort of on the radar, but I enjoyed watching him WWE for all the reasons he pointed out early on. By 1997, I wasn't looking for any more talent more than I could manage. Again, going back to what we talked about showing open, I was certainly aware of him, enjoyed his work. I loved his ability, his credibility, obviously with MMA background, but still, he was able to work. He wasn't just an MMA guy. Definitely my radar view as someone I hope to see him not end up in WCW. So basically, Bischoff didn't want to sign in WCW. That's the past. Who cares? All right, we're done with the wrestling news. Now let's go straight to Collision. All right, let's go to Collision now. Right to Collision. Okay. Alright, the last thing before we're done. Alright, this week's collision was taped, so okay, Full Gear next week, so we'll sure spend a lot of time hype pay-per-views. However, we got still plenty of action. We got the Righteous, Archer had their first match unit with a tall Taz ahead of them when they were put against Sting, Adam Copeland, and Darby Allin. We had the bouts of Nigel versus Julia Hart, Nick Wayne versus Dalton Castle, and much more. Let's look what went down during Saturday night episode Collision. Danny Garcia versus Andre El Idolo at the usual quick hit promos and Collision intro video. Andre El Idolo made his wins for the opening match against Daniel Garcia. Shocking twist. TJ Perry joined El Idolo as manager. Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Angel only follow as far as the stage. And Ito had the side experience advantage in the bout, but Garcia felt his skill was to make it feel like a competitive fight. Both men took time telling each other, but El Ito was the one who used as an opportunity to take control. They traded upper hands several times throughout the match to keep us guessing about the outcome. This is a great technical match between the veteran and upcoming talent who was ahead of his curve. The longer the match went, the better it got. Garcia tried to escape, but he ultimately tapped out to the figure for 8. Andre Ito defeated Daniel Garcia. Ito's ring jacket looked good, had publicity necessary. Mira was shown watching Perry El Ito on a monitor. Perry got seen to Garcia's dance. Maybe he should teach Mira how to do it. Anyway, Nick Wayne versus Dalton Castle. Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, accompanied Nick Wayne to the ring for his match against Dalton Castle. The boys with him for support. Castle class Wayne size, power, experience, technical ability, but the 18-year-old rookie was a bit quicker on his feet. Had Alice at ringside willing to cheat on his behalf. Despite some early taunts from Wayne, this match also consists of Castle overpowering, out-wrestling him. He was trying to make an example out of Wayne and seemed to be succeeded for a long time. Luchasaurus Cage provided distractions for Wayne that allowed him to hit a springboard cutter for the pin and the win. This was a solid performance from Wayne, but Castle needs to get some wins at some point. Nick Wayne defeated Dalton Castle. McGinnis joked that Wayne wanted to take Cage's last name. I'm going to say Castle's technical abilities are underrated. And the good spot was Castle catching Wayne in midair, hitting a German suplex. That was the good spot. We go to Rush and Driscoll versus the Workhorsemen. JD Drake and Anthony Henry were already in the ring when Rush and Driscoll made their entrance for their match. The Workhorsemen were a talented team, were able to get some offense, but the match was predictable as around sunrise. This fight lasted longer than expected, probably a few minutes longer than needed, given how the ending was a foregone conclusion. But Drake and Henry got more screen time, and it's never a bad thing. LFI defeated the Workhorsemen. So Wayne might be one idealizing Cage, but Driscoll was the one who channeled Cage's look with mesh tank top. So Rush is much less aggressive when he's trying to be a heel. When he's a bad guy, he's like he's trying to put his opponent in a hospital. We don't get much of this in a bout. We go to Darius Martin versus Roderick Strong. Strong and Martin fed for the fourth match of the night, but Roddy had Matt Tavian Bennett him to put Martin at a disadvantage. The Messiah backbreaker trying to make quick, but Martin wasn't going down without a fight. It could have been a squash match. We ended up with a pretty competitive fight between talented high flyers, gifted technician. Despite the 24-year-old's best efforts, Strong was able to keep up down for the 3-count, pick up the win. This was filler, but entertaining filler nonetheless. Strong defeated Martin. This is a no neck in November's office reference something dirty, but it's also a weird concept. How do we go something about having no neck? Bennett and Taven attacked Martin, but Andrade came out to drive them away. Then we go to Tony Khan and Bryan Danielson made an announcement that says that Bryan Danielson will be at All In 2024. They also announced the Continental Classic that will start November 22nd. Stay tuned for that in the future. Will Nightingale versus Julia Hart. Powerhouse squashes. Brody King was Julia Hart when made her way to the ring to battle with Nightingale. The match was saved Chris Stanley for the TBS champion. Gold gear. Willow easily overpowered Hart. Drew her to the mat. Match started. King yanked Hart from the ring, barked back at Willow while she backed at the crowd. Hart keep finding ways to counter Will's power, take control of ways. It's unbelievable. Then Nightingale find a way over power again. They back and forth several times. Hart came to rely on things that were too much for her. The former New Japan Strongman champ failed to hit her signature bomb, left the open door for open Hart. Her moonsault to score the win. The end of the match seemed to deflate the crowd a bit after it was an enjoyable match. Jody Hart defeated Little Nightingale. We go to the powerhouse squash against a guy. So it's going to be messing going in the weekend looking at his wounds. Hobbs, Paul Hawaii also got into a fight after the match, but it ended before anything happened. Hobbs bulldozed some guy. Will's interest is some way, same without Iko Rakabani and Caprice Coleman. The submission Willow used on Hart looked awesome because Hart is so flexible he could bench out different positions without any much trouble. Hart could counter a power bomb by landing on her butt, stab her back, but that hair still hurt a bit. Wright called Callis a Dollar Store Don Johnson ripoff. Main event of the night: Darby Allin, Sting, Adam Copeland versus Archer and the Righteous. The main event of the night was a big trios match: Sting, Allin, and Copeland taking on Archer. Both team gave promos on the show to give it a showdown. Whenever Allin was in the ring, the match was an unusual risk-taking style. Sting was in the ring. This match about fan service. Copeland was saved for the hot tag at the end. So we saw less of him and everyone else. You know, you're getting a certain matches going to just play out how expected. The heels will isolate one guy, so they made a hot tag, and they will do it over again. It's a well-tested formula for multi-man bouts like this that keep the crowd invested. Both that bout occupied 20 minutes of the show. Did a decent job closing things out, but so far being the same thing. It's the best thing we saw Saturday night. After Allin took the majority of the damage, he made the hot tag at Copeland, got the pin with the spear to Vincent. Sting, Darby Allin, Copeland defeated Archer and the Righteous. Archer had a great entrance. He brings my entrance to the ring anyway. It's so cool. Copeland had Beth Means record the new intro to this music. I don't know what's being wearing one on crop top that looked like appropriate on Jungle Boy was planning to be. Alright, final word. This week Collision for the episode, a lot of predictable results. Did a lot of work. Setting feuds were paid off at Full Gear. You only watch one thing for the show. Make it a match between Garcia and El Hido. Delivered a performance over the show that outshine everyone that came after it. Hart versus Nightingale, FI versus the Workhorse were both bouts, and the match between Wayne and Team House quickly. Wayne's picking up the TV side of pro wrestling. Full Gear is coming on November 18th. Collision will be in usual Saturday, but BR will still have you cover all the recap. I'll have you recap all the needs next week. So yeah, I'll also record a review AEW Full Gear on a Sunday. So yeah, and this is AEW Collision. This is the AgostoAllElite Podcast. I'll see y'all next Sunday for another edition. Bye.